know, and ended up walking straight into the next boss. So I don't want to miss out on, all the cutscenes and stuff being in this playthrough just for full context and all that, and I just feels less than professional. I don't know, to like not include it. So what I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna play the scene that happens before this fight, then go into it. I also took the time to actually like read up, do a little studying on what happens and what I need to know for this chapter going forward. So I've spoiled myself a little bit, but I think it's worth it because this chapter is interesting as it seems like this is where the game starts deviating from the like lining up with the novel thing that I've been praising so much, and it's not to the point where I'm starting to like go, no, you're sounding like Santa Monica here, game science. It's not really that bad. It takes the game and shifts course ever so slightly to justify itself, which I could get into my thoughts once we actually get to that point. And for that very reason, with things being changed, I'm not sure how I'm gonna approach like relating the story to the game. Still, like I don't want to say till I finish everything so I can compare and contrast. I guess more like I'll pick it apart as I go and explain why as I go. It makes me feel like compared to the rest of the game, now more so than ever, it matters that the difference be made because practically the rest of the game you could just take it for what it is as a detailed description, something you can use to learn from, as opposed to like actually just reading the whole book. You can actually like learn what happens in the novel and in the myths from the game. Here, it's not so, it's not egregious, you know, but I'm a stickler for accuracy, so I don't know. That said, though, let me go ahead and pull up the video here for sake of me and my lack of understanding of copyright laws. I am stealing this video from Sirocco, so before anyone even thinks to say like, "Oh shit, Tomas is stealing content now," that would never. That was buggy as fuck, but okay. I also can't really full screen this. Once I do, it locks me on this screen on my laptop. So like it is what it is.
Hold your monkeys.
That's some janky ass. Hold on.
Let me fix you up a little.
Okay, it's catching up. There we go.
Ah, welcome, good sirs. The feast is all set. Please come in and be our guests.
My gentlemen, you're fashionably late. Is your lady not joining us again this time?
Our lady prefers not to be seen in the lower realm. But she's been thinking of you all and sent this small token. She hopes your lady will recover soon and pay her visit up there.
It's a pity she didn't come. Or she would certainly enjoy a splendid show we've prepared for her. But now, the gift's gone and blood's been shed. I say, you two should take the fall.
We're just servants, madam. What's the jest?
Zhu Ba Jie. I know you find your look embarrassing, but why hide from my mother with another pig face?
Rude girl. Don't you know I'm a pious Buddhist? Give me your mother's name, and I'll check my list.
You heartless ass. After you ruined her house and her reputation, you're telling me you don't remember her?
Reputation? Yao Guai's care about reputation. All she cared about was lust. Now I know you're one of her spiderlings, aren't you? Well, well. Your rudeness is forgiven. Show some respect. Maybe I'll kindly pay your mother a visit.
Visit or not, I'm afraid that is not your call.
Okay. So, with that context, now that, we're on the same page here, let it be said, would. I I thank the gods every day I don't have arachnophobia, but for anyone who does, I weep for you at this point. Uh, there you go. Now we can get into it. And I didn't spend the first 10 minutes yapping, so a win's a win. But Jublaji also mentioned
If he hadn't gone seeking arms on his own whim, Wukong wouldn't have barged in, and so much would have been spared. Wukong showed no mercy to those Yao Guais. He burnt their house down. But if they weren't bent on getting even, they'd not have gone and lost their lives. It was a mistake coming with you to this ruined place again. It just wakes up bitter memories. It has been ages. I wonder what became of... Enough with that. What's done is done.
I was just gonna mention that, and last time I was here, he mentioned that Tripitaka came here because he saw some girls playing ball on the beach, which is a half-truth. And not sure if I want to get into all that now or after I face Second Sister. Now that she's here, I just kind of want to go ahead and...
There's a nice shrine here, kid. We should take a look.
We did. Want me to go back? See if that prompts him to say anything else. Maybe he'll repeat the line again. His big head is never gonna not be weird to me. Like, obviously, but it just, in my head, it's just the fact that it's disproportionate. I wish his head was a little smaller to go with the rest of him, but yeah, whatever. Hey, you. Oh, shit. Hold on, been a second. Let me get back into it. Now, here's an interesting detail that I noticed, because after I got to this point, I was like, shit, let me wipe so that I can start back at this point next time. So I was waiting for her to kill me. But when you're in this fight, she focuses on Baji almost exclusively. Which is a nice touch, I think. You're really helping him with this fight, rather than him helping you. Like, obviously here that she'll go to face me and then just redirect his focus back at him. I just thought that was cool. Also makes this fight a little more forgiving since you're not fighting for your life as much. Now you get me. Weird seeing a spider move around like that so much. I can't really tell what it's doing. My brain, it's not processing properly. Just forgot what abilities I had equipped and all that. Just to not feel like I'm being made a fool of as soon as I come back to the game. Things gonna matter. If it's what I think it is.
Curse it! Bugs are bugs! Wearing human skin can't change your gross nature!
Yeah, sure.
So we should be open-minded, I think.
You, a glorious admiral of the court. Ain't the last monkey still fresh in his grave?
Ow.
And here you are, another monkey's sidekick.
Cut your bullshit! Get your mother to beg for mercy, and maybe I'll spare your foolish life!
Truth is, the thing you seek is right here in the hollow. Flee now if you're too scared to come in.
Scared my hoof! I'll destroy this rotten hole right now! Let's see where else you'd build your lair!
There goes the little guy. I'll entrust him to his fate for a moment here and just make sure there isn't anything sitting around. From what I recall, this chapter is full of loot and shit to be had. poison now, yeah. But I guess you have to get into what I was mentioning earlier then. So, when the gang... Oh, jeez. Oh, let me focus on this real quick, actually. I think he's just stuck there. I was waiting for him to come out. There it goes. I was gonna say, so when Tripitaka and the gang got to this place here, which actually I wrote down the original Chinese name for it, just to make sure I butcher this with his poor pronunciation. My apologies again. Pansidong. What they did when they got here, normally when Tripitaka and the others went to a place and they needed food, he would have the servants approach a resident and ask if they are willing to offer food. It is not the monk's place to ask this normally. But like Baji said just now, for whatever reason, when they got here, Tripitaka for some reason just decided to take it upon himself to go ahead and ask for the food this time. Maybe he just felt like, you know what, you guys have been doing this for pretty much our entire journey. Let me take it upon myself this time. So, as he approaches this village here, he has to cross a bridge, and everything appears normal at first, but once he is like partway across, he notices that like this village is mostly populated by women, and feels that it would be inappropriate for him to approach them directly and then ask food of them. So he waits outside for about like an hour or something like that, and waits for them to approach him, pretty much. And as Baji also mentions, he notices that there are some girls who are playing with a ball on the beach, like they're like kicking it back and forth between each other or something, so ancient spider soccer or something. But he goes in eventually, and the women welcome him, and they're like, oh, sure, we've got food for you, come on in. And the first sign that things are off is that, well, once he's actually inside the house, it's pretty much made entirely of stone, as if it were a cave. And second sign is the food that they bring out for him to eat is pretty much all human flesh, which they try to pass off as like, oh, no, it's tofu, trust us. He sees through this, and he's like, nah, I'm good, mate. And they decide, like, well, okay, let's jump in then. Now, one thing that's different from the game and that here is that they are spider-wise, but they don't, at least as far as I saw, didn't turn into spiders. Maybe I'm wrong. But what they did instead is they raised up their skirts or dresses, not their skirts. They revealed their belly buttons pretty much, and they shot webs out from there, and they were able to go and they entrapped him that way. Eventually, Sun Wukong, it's tired of waiting. It's like, hey, what happened to Tanzeng? So he goes and investigates himself, realizes that, hey, this house that he went into, it's fully covered in webs now. And what he does is, instead of just going in himself, as he probably normally would, he calls upon a Tudi, a local area spirit, which actually that's gonna need a little more explaining. Um, this guy, the little short man who appeared in chapter 1 and acts as your guide there, he was a 2D, and essentially they are like I've heard it be translated as grid guardians. If you were to think of the whole Earth as being separated into equal divided squares to measure out its entire length, there would be one 2D for each of these squares, and they are effectively aware of everything that happens within their designated area. I don't want to say they're like rulers in the sense that, like, they're a god who controls everything so long as it's in their boundary. It's just, yeah, they're effectively the keeper, guardian of said area. So, and they're usually benevolent, neutral beings. So, Sun Wukong called upon the 2D of this place and said, he asked him, hey, what's going on in that house over there? And he truthfully asked, oh, that home is full of spider yaoguais, and they've taken um, Tanzan or Tripitaka. He's got 15 different names, and they are holding him prisoner, plan to eat him later. But they have a habit. Every day, 3 times a day, the spiders will go to a hot spring and they will go bathe there. The spring also had a name here. Here you go. Yeah, I was looking. Yeah, Xiaogo. I cannot just. You cannot just jump into Chinese, Thomas. You do not speak Chinese. Zhugo I'm hoping I said that right. I'm just shotgunning out his words, which means basically wash away dirt spring. From, yeah, literally just it means wash away dirt spring. But yeah, they just have a regular habit. 3 times a day, they'll go to the spring for a while. So rather than waiting for the spiders to go to the spring and then saving the monks, since they're Yaoguais or Yaojing, in this case, it little interchangeable. He turns into a bug and hides in the hair of one of the Guais, waits for them to get to the spring, and the initial intention was for him to just kill them all there and then go get Tripitaka, but since they're all in the spring, they all got naked and they're just like chilling in the spring. He feels it's like for some reason that makes it a little unfair. Killing someone is one thing, killing them while they're naked, that's just rude. So he decides instead to just turn into an eagle. He grabs up all their clothes and flies off without them, so they're kind of stuck there. They're like, ah, shit. Bird took the robes. Now what do we do? So they're all kind of stuck and distracted for a while. Then he plans to go save his master. But what what ends up happening instead? He goes to Baji first and informs him, "Hey, there's a bunch of spider guys like in the hot spring over yonder. I took their clothes, so they're stuck there. And let's go save Tripitaka." Baji says, "Don't you usually? You're usually like gung ho about killing guys, and what? Why are you holding back now? Like what? They're enough of a threat that we should just go and kill them first, right? If you're not going to, for whatever reason, I'll take care of it." So Baji goes on ahead to face the Guais, and Wukong goes to save Tripitaka. I'll stop there because further we go into the chapter, the more it's going to relate to this and like Baji's relation to these spiders, and then I'm just wondering your sheet. There you go. And I'll just continue the story as we go along. Like I said, I feel like it needs to be told as we're seeing the game story to see where things differ. Also, like a little small thing. This area is called Zhu Estate. Zhu. I keep just saying Jew. Zhu. And as it says here in the description, the second daughter of the Zhu family. Zhu? I'm confused here because this part is even within the context of the story confusing. Zhu, if I'm saying that right, and I'm probably not, but that word, if pronounced correctly twice, means spider. I remember seeing something somewhere where, like, between the, you know what, that's going too deep into what happens later, so we'll save it as we go along. Just what I wanted to point out: Zubaji and Zuzu are two similar words, but mean totally different things. Just Zu on its own means pig. Zuzu spider. So again, further connections between Pig Boy and the characters we're going to run into here. John Pork is a huge center point of this whole um, chapter. So we'll see. While I've got this pulled up here, the second daughter of the Zhu family was raised as a boy from a young age. Oh. Oh, I didn't know about that. She managed the finances and trades for the cave. Due to her straightforward and generous nature, she had the most interactions with the stewards outside the mountain and the lesser Yaoguais of the village of Lanji. Because she was busy with numerous affairs, the lesser Yaoguais had fixed times to report and offer tributes to her. Most of these Yaoguais, who were on good terms with her, both respected and feared her. They believed that their capable and strong-willed lady might one day become the lady of the cave. If that happened, anyone fortunate enough to marry into the family could become a lord by association. This caused much distress for the four scorpion princes residing in the cave, who were often subject of vile gossip. The second sister paid no mind to such rumors. Among the four sons of the scorpion lord, she favored only those who were the most helpful to her. A few days ago, she had acquired a celestial vine seed from somewhere and planted it in her private courtyard within the cave, assigning the eldest scorpion prince to guard it. The eldest prince, delighted, assumed this meant the second sister had feelings for him. One day, he approached the hundred-eyed Taoist master, asking for help in matchmaking. The master laughed and shook his head, saying that a woman with such a strong will would only look down on him more if he sought someone else's help in proposing. He advised the prince to come up with a plan on his own. After returning to the cave, the eldest scorpion prince circled the celestial vine repeatedly, but he still hadn't figured out a way to win her heart. The hundred-eyed Taoist is also someone I'm going to get into here in a little bit. He matters a lot to the novel. I don't want to jump down there. I think I found... Yeah, probably nothing else here. Hello. The end. Is it going to leave stuff for me? Jump me. Food. Jin Yin belt hook. Oh, I can have a third one now. When thoughts arise, love takes its place. Where fondness lies, misfortune's trace. I feel like I'm gonna need this. Just the fact that it's just sitting there right at the beginning. It's like, yeah, boy. You about to get spidered. This is a nice aesthetic. I don't know why, it's a very specific niche aesthetic I like, but semi-underground village where the roof of it is broken up enough that you can still see the sky, so you're just like kind of in a valley that's really covered. I would love to live in something like that. Don't ask me why. Forgot, yeah, I wanted this. Titan staff. It looks cool, but that's going to be practically all my resources right there. What does it do? Upon successful hit with charged heavy attack, each focus point cost slightly recovers health. Ah, shit, I like the sound of that. I'll leave it. Just as is for now. Oh, this place looks like it branches off a lot. Let's make sure we check everything. Oh yeah, this place is a maze. Excuse me, sir. Can I have some directions? You go fuck yourself too, I guess. I'm gonna get so lost here. Hello. Also spoiled myself on the twist of the game here, so him jumping out of the sack, that also matters, and I'll explain it more once we get to like the enemies related to it. See you, bitch. guess these guys are just being caretakers for the sacks then, since there's like one next to each one. There you go. Suicide Spider or something? That's all that's back here? No, okay, there's more. I was gonna say, there's gotta be stuff here. There's a lot to go looking for. Okay, there's a chest, and there's this guy. Get better at it. My little trademarks, I love to throw flair into any fighting game I get, like, not fighting, action adventure, I guess, even though that's a very broad title to go with. I got this guy. I want to try that. Here we go. Beetle Captain. Hi. Fucking piecing me up this time. I could. Just want to make sure I don't miss nothing. Okay, I see. I can go over here. Oh, yeah. You did go over here, big brain. This way then. I'm expecting someone to jump me. This is another shrine here.
Back now.
You'll serve for my practice.
It's not a mythology fact, but a fun fact. If you don't know, the reason why when spiders die, they just kind of go on their back and their limbs curl back into themselves, because their legs don't operate with muscles. They're basically like hydraulic powered. Like once they die and the air just leaves their bodies, they just curl back in the default mode. So when they actually extend it, they're putting air into their arms and then retracting it. Way ahead of us, yeah. Trying to go there, yeah.
Big day, big day, big day. I heard there's a great treasure hidden within. You seem smart. Why don't you take a chance inside?
I just say no. Scrolled for myself pretty much when I was learning about what I needed to know going forward. Ooh. If that's goddess in the name, it's gotta be of good quality. But all these chests, yeah, they're all just a bunch of like cool shit. There's no consequence for taking these. It's just this isn't what she was talking about. So you have to guess the great treasure she was talking about is out here. That guy. Ah, come on. We're gonna fight that guy. I also just love how the planet is just half closed somehow. Okay. Should change my loadout before running up to him. Hey. Elder Moorworm. Ooh. Shitting on me. Okay. Loading. Like, oh, this guy doesn't hit too hard. No, die. So it hurt before it can kill me. Proto Amor Worm. I was thinking it was Amor Worm. In the celestial garden, rare seeds grow. By the purifying spring with an immortal glow, transformed in the lower realm, forms unique. Such path to Tao, refined and sleek. In ancient times, someone cast 2 celestial eggs from Mount Kunlun into a blessed land on earth. However, the will of the mortal realm was not as abundant as that of the celestial realm. As a result, the celestial eggs failed to fully nurture and lost many of their wondrous abilities, taking on vastly different forms. One of these celestial eggs was used to redeem the guilty, while the other was hidden away by someone with ulterior motives. From this hidden egg, various creatures emerged, and it came to be known as the Elder Amor Worm. Every few days, the Elder Amor Worm would produce insect eggs that resembled blood sacs. If these eggs were ingested by a living being, the larvae would devour their internal organs. Depending on the innate differences of the larvae, the host would undergo a transformation, turning into one of many types of insects. If the eggs of the elder Amor worm were not ingested, they would naturally hatch into an ordinary Amor worm. These ordinary worms would spin silk to create cocoons, which they used to trap their prey. The cocoons contain potent toxins that cause the trapped creatures to experience a sensation of flying in the wind, as if floating on clouds, instead of feeling suffocated. However, the prolonged exposure to these toxins led to abnormal changes in their bodies over time. Some practitioners attempted to use this method to temper their bodies and enhance their powers. However, it was ultimately considered a deviant practice that easily led to a loss of sanity. Since the celestial egg entered the mortal world, many have fallen victim to its poison. The Amor worm, despite its terrifying appearance, is not adept at combat. Aside from spewing filth from its mouth, it possesses no remarkable abilities. However, its continued existence and proliferation in the world suggest it must provide some unknown benefit to certain individuals. So, part A of like the real plot of the game showing, or at least part of it. But as it's stated there, so ingesting the worms turns you into an insect creature, so practically everyone we're fighting in this game is a person who's been exposed to one of these sacs and got consumed, or vice versa, was caught in the sacs, weaved by the larvae, also turning them into guais, so that's where every enemy in this chapter comes from, just basically summarized here. But this is just part A of the conspiracy being revealed here. So that's why I'm making more of a note to read through the portraits in this chapter, because you kind of have to piece everything together. And I wanted to make it as much sense for everyone as it is for myself here. And to fully explain something that is it's not a critique, just a personal nitpick. But it's only going to make sense once we fully go over like what's happening here. You won, thank you. I just love that I can just stumble across a lot of these secrets myself just by wandering. Like, I knew that was in this chapter, just no idea where. What I'm probably going to do, like with the other chapters, just get to the point just before I face the area boss, and then go ahead and double back and make sure I get everything. gravity shell, I guess. Why am I getting kicked out of it so quickly now? Try to get all the shit. You know, actually, speaking of secrets, I forgot. I never found where the horse guy was in chapter 3. I might go back real quick and see if I can find him. Pop back in here. I'm not missing out on possibly getting the horse transformation, so...
Who goes out?
I need to get immobilized back. You aren't even the problem. You. Excuse me. I'm gonna deal with somebody real quick. I can really reach him. Oh, hi. I take it you're the eldest prince. Sorry, were you supposed to be protecting those? Figured I could just put them to good use, you know? This game's had enough of my bullshit. about that, buddy. Mini moral to be taken from, oh my god, how am I even supposed to get back there? I blindly wandered over there. It's not a lead to it. Okay, yep. Well, I guess the lesson to be taken from our boy here, hoping to gain the attention of someone through, you know, doing an act. I am the last person who would ever say, like, oh, women just be using you, don't do shit for a girl, she won't love you. That's like, yes and no. Rarely are you gonna find a girl who's like, oh, they're gonna start dating you because you did something for them. Not always, because someone wants to take advantage of you, but also relationships by nature are non-transactional. You cannot buy your way into someone liking you no matter what. You just have to present yourself. And I want to avoid the very cliched be yourself thing, but that is more important and true than we give it credit for. Because you want somebody who likes you as you are, not someone who likes you because you checked off the boxes. So I try to give dating advice as I get my ass beat, you know. The usual normal single person activities. Coaches don't probably know. I guess in an attempt to give advice without going into a 2-hour long rant like I did in that one video, if you are putting all the effort into making a relationship happen, it will not. You just both have to be interested in each other, and that means you just putting your best face forward and be as interesting but also as true to yourself as you can be. And if you're the type to shut that down as, well, I'm not interesting, I'm boring, I don't have talent, eat my ass. Find something to build on then. If you have anything that's a remote interest to you, then capitalize on it. You will find someone out there that feels the same way about your interests, or whatever you can do as you do. There's 8 billion people on this planet, and there's more than enough of them that are like you than you think. You're special, but not unique. That makes sense. It doesn't sound douchey. I also just needed something to talk about. I've been wandering around this cave quietly longer than I like. Also, God, everything here hits like a truck. I expect him to, but shit. And I have that poison resistance thing on. Oh. It'd be better if it was just me and him. Deal with the ads before fighting him would be great, but it just kind of spawns you in there. Well, this guy's gonna be an issue. Now, like I said, actually, let me go back and mix up my build there. Right, what was that thing? Massively increases the health recovery from using the gourd when at critical health. Okay. Me this whole chapter, so... Just switched out Cloud Sub still. Yeah, since it's a lot faster. That's why I went around here, then went down. Here. All these dudes. That's why this felt longer than it initially was. Well, looking taunted and taking the body there. But again. Fuck. Oh, that's a thing they can do, I guess. There we go. Over here. Yeah. I'm still losing health. Let me get your spirit before you go. Before I go. I guess since it's relevant. The four sons of the Spider House often secretly inquired about each other's recent activities. This was not out of brotherly affection, but rather due to competitive spirit, fearing that one of them might be chosen by one of the sisters in the cave before the others. Not only did they spy on each other's whereabouts, but they also felt compelled to comment on them afterwards. If they heard that a brother had achieved something recently, they would make sarcastic remarks and express jealousy. Conversely, if a brother had made a mistake, they would mock and ridicule him, taking pleasure in his misfortune. Confused by such behavior, the lesser Yaoguais in the cave approached Beale Commander to seek an explanation. He explained, their fear isn't about failing to marry a lady, it's that their brother's promotion will cut into their own benefits. Hearing this, the lesser Yaoguais were even more perplexed. Beetle Commander continued, the hundred-eyed Taoist master will not permit the Scorpion family to amass excessive power. Thus, if one of the four brothers ascends to the position of Prince Consort, the prospects for the others inevitably wanes. This principle extends to the official roles within the cave. Take Scorpion Eldest, for instance. Having gained the favor of the second madam, he faces the most exclusion from his brothers. But the eldest one is indeed more capable, while the others are not as competent, one chimed in. Exactly. Because he has some skill, his brothers only talk behind his back and don't dare to confront him directly. Were it someone less skilled, it might not be the same. Yeah, cool transformations now. Oh, by the way, this. Young River Goddess Gourd. Using the gourd granted moderate amount of burn resistance and immunity from lava-covered terrain for a short duration. Also, what's funny, that fight gave me like flashbacks. I don't know if like anyone watching has played Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, but it made me think of Scorpion 2099. I love that level so much.
A monk? Save him!
Save me. Thought I had the one thing where you can perform a tactical retreat, hold light attack to unleash whirling thrusts. Let's see. I think there should be a bridge up there, but not. Seriously, why is everything hit harder here? I just cannot be realizing how much damage I've been taking. I just haven't needed to heal this much. At least not till now. In here? No. No, this one's new. Two things while I'm here. First off, since I got that vine, and go ahead and upgrade the gourd then, since I'm using it so much. Anybody?
May Lord Lao
illuminate your path, brave one. It retains the energy of both this world and beyond. Uncover the secrets of sky and earth, and thou shalt have pills.
Not how I mentioned that
Come to me
too
any
much.
time if you need more pills.
That's so easy to make pills by just throwing ingredients in a vat and fan it. We are talking about a celestial deity
No
here.
shame in taking the pills. More unfair are the innate skills.
But his whole shtick is just like, understand the secrets of reality, and I can get you drugs.
Where there's drink, all is bliss. Without it, the highest court is a cage. Now you can finally drink deep and full.
That hurts. For a short duration after using the gourd, inflict poison onto the destined one himself. There is some stupid build out there, I'm certain, where being poisoned somehow makes you stronger, and that's why this thing exists. But such build crafting is beyond me. Just give me the tools to survive and hit things hard, and I'm good. So, just switch places. Always got two, just at different prices, but I think I have enough for both of these.
You have a sharp sight, young friend.
I could get another one of these.
I revel in drunken grace, but keep it from the sober's face. Next time, down a few mouthfuls in one go. It's delightful.
Hey, friend.
I've spent my whole life in service. Now I deserve to find some peace.
Didn't even know that I could give the worm to him, but see what he says.
There? An armor worm? Oh, I've only laid eyes on such a thing but once in the court. How come you bear it? If you leave it with me, I would be most eager to delve into its study.
Hope this doesn't come back to bite you in some way, considering how it's been behaving so far.
A monkey reaps what he sows. Perhaps it's for the best. Go ahead. I can't spend all day chatting when there's work to be done.
Hey, come on. I beat you once, so I don't hate you anymore.
What rags and tatters. No wonder you're at my door.
Celestial written. I'm gonna save it just because we have like just
You
enough
risk
gold
your
thread.
fur with those bits of scrap.
It served me well enough. Right, second thing. I'm gonna find where the big Bara horse is. Brain can remember how to type. This is what I want. Okay. There. Sankey, here, New Thundercloud Temple. Temple entrance, Keeper's Shrine. So, see inside the building and take the stairs to the left side. Mm. The building, but something here. Oh, that's one of those guys. For now. Is it in the building, then descend the stairs to the left. Down. So I'm glad I ignored you when I was coming here before.
The land of Thunderclap allows no faith but one.
Okay, buddy. I guess I'm gonna go through the building. And I should have just looked up the video guide. Ow, okay, who the fuck? Let me see here.
So in Black Myth Wukong, we have been going through a lot of secrets.
Three words do. So, video I'm watching now, this is from Born to Game. Full screen this, thank you. Alright, so basically it's on the way over to where non-void was. Just keep going up the stairs, I guess, instead. Got it. So I'm on the right path right now, actually.
You have no ordination, Scars. Let me give you one.
It's the eyes that see make your power leak.
There he is. It's wild, he's just sitting there. It's like we're supposed to notice him.
My friend!
Hey.
Yellowwind Ridge offered me nothing. Yellowbrow, the Buddha, was my next plea. Only after meeting His Grace in the New West did I see. I wasted my life for others, and missed much joy. No more journey now. My king is suffering, yes, but does one not weave the threads of one's destiny? Peace is living for yourself. His grace speaks true. Indulge, and you shall be carefree. This joy, it's new to me. Like never before. My king once sought wisdom in such a Dharma place. His son, too, was a disciple of a bodhisattva. Now I, too, walk on this path. I hope I'm following in my king's steps. Say, my friend, why don't you stay here and tread this path with me? My king once sought wisdom, and now I too. Say, my friend, why don't you stay here and tread this path with me?
Missed this also. I guess to his point, there are a few things in this world I find as important as nuance. I bring that up here because there's some truth to what he's saying. Definitely there's peace to be found if you just take to yourself and all that, but as I said before with this whole chapter, Yellowbrow's entire philosophy is basically selfishness, and the blind seeking of indulgence is the true path to enlightenment. And to that, I'd say, and so much of this playthrough is just me wanting to have a one-sided debate with Yellowbrow, but I don't see anything wrong in pursuing what you like and having the ambition to go and achieve your own goals and do things for yourself. It's possible to, you know, want for yourself and do for yourself without being selfish. But the blind focus upon it becomes detrimental at some point. Like, the counter argument with I suppose general actual Buddhism, and this is being reductive, really this could go for a lot of religions. Let's say, let's throw Christianity as an example, but with those religions, what they have in common is they view the span of your mortal life, your existence upon this earth and this realm, as more or less a test. So it's even more so the case in, I guess, Buddhism, Taoism, and all that, where can you cultivate yourself to a point where you achieve a higher state of being in the next life, or are you to just reincarnate on Earth and repeat that cycle until you figure it out? So the test in there is, can you basically resist getting led astray for the entirety of your life so that you can earn something far greater in the next? It's sort of similar in Christianity, which is why, partially why it has such a huge emphasis on what sins are and to live a sin-free life. Because, should you prove yourself, I guess, worthy within the Lord's eyes, then you earn access to, what the fuck? I'm not going to want to go down here, but I am going to go down here. You will earn passage onto heaven, and heaven itself being a paradise where I assume those restrictions are free. You can just enjoy existence to the fullest. That's what's supposed to make living on Earth so long and sticking to the guidelines so worth it. Where that's a subject of debate for me here is none of us can presume to know the will of God and, like, actually, live to it properly. Again, the Bible, at the end of the day, is a book written by a number of disciples in the olden days, and being made by the hands of man, it is influenced by the minds of men. Even if it is inspired by the will of the highest God, the King on high. So, when it comes to that book saying that things like wearing mixed fabrics is a sin, makes it hard to determine, what is and is not. So, my go-to, if you're ever having an existential crisis like I am at every given moment, which I like having these crises for fun. Losers be running from their thoughts. I be fucking wrestling with them all day for funsies. But if you ever have an existential crisis about this stuff, because religious guilt and religious trauma do be things, and if that leads you to feeling a sense of inadequacy, that you're striving so hard to be good enough to go to heaven, you don't feel like you're doing good enough now, be kind unto anyone you meet. Help those when you have the opportunity and it doesn't potentially hurt yourself. Hell, even at times, help others even at the cost to yourself, as long as it's not like, you're physically getting hurt or putting yourself in a position that's gonna screw you over later. And just be open and understanding to people. If you're of the party where, X group is bad because the Bible said so, if we're being real, it is God's job to judge all of us when our time comes. Your duty is not judgment, just kindness. And you will do fine. When it comes your turn to go and meet the guy, you're gonna be okay. If you're atheist, then hey. Well, no. I think more atheists are getting into heaven than a lot of people like me who are religious and stuff, because we're so hyper-focused on it and they're just living life, so... Like I said, again, just do good and be kind. I don't want to approach that thing, and this space is too big to not be a boss arena. Yep. Hi. Ah. Sympathy, not roly poly. That gets some poison real quick. Yeah, he brought friends. He brought buddies. Oh, the boys rolled into town. I like how you can be in some ways to support yourself while falling past them. Character design details are neat. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Not that bad. There's so many spirits to play as now. I knew it was going to be the fucking rule. Yes. In bygone days, a young man embarked on a journey to the Webbed Hollow seeking vengeance. However, his quest took a dark turn when he was captured by Yaoguais and thrown into the Bone Vault. Falling into a deep pit, he landed in a lair of large insects. Despite suffering a broken leg, he managed to survive. As he looked around, all he could see were skeletons and remains, filling him with despair. In the midst of his despair, he felt a sharp pain in his leg. A massive centipede, as long as a person, had bitten him and torn off a piece of his flesh to devour. Filled with terror, the man instinctively grabbed a stone and viciously crushed the centipede until it burst apart. Only then did he realize that the stone he used was a human skull, which he quickly discarded. To his surprise, he noticed the pain in his injured leg had subsided. Curious, he applied some of the centipede's pus to a scraped arm. Why? If anything you could use, and the pain diminished, likely due to the numbing effect of the venom. This revelation sparked an idea in his mind. He tore strong silk threads from the cocoon surrounding the pit and found 2 leg bones to serve as a support for his broken leg. Exhausted from the ordeal, he rested, but soon heard rustling sounds surround him. He He searched for the source of the noise, but it abruptly ceased. Suddenly, a giant white ball descended from above, bouncing several times before unfurling into a massive centipede, hundreds of times larger than the first. Swiftly, the young man curled himself into a ball, mimicking the centipede's movements to confuse the colossal creature. At that moment, more objects fell into the pit, empty skins and remains. From them emerged a swarm of smaller centipedes, feasting on the discarded scraps. They put I cannot fucking talk no more. Okay. They passed by the young man, mistaking him for one of their own. Realizing this, he began to imitate their behavior, observing their habits and assimilating into their society. After 10 days, he finally managed to escape the Webbed Hollow. Basking in the sunlight, he came to understand that dwelling on the past would not allow him to live a fulfilling life. Returning to his hometown, he sought to lead a peaceful existence. However, the Weavers, aware of his visit to Zua's estate, gathered at his doorstep, demanding that he retrieve treasures from the estate. Forced to hide from them, he found no respite from the turmoil that surrounded him. I thought that was going to end with him turning into the Guai, but I guess not. Just a little side tale about shit that be happening in the world. Which good. Flesh it out. Makes it feel more alive. I like that. Hello? Oh. I saw that sitting there and thought that, oh, that was a person. Well, what do you know?
Grim and dire is this land. I came here from the New West for the wisdom of the 100-eyed one. But he shut his doors and made me prisoner in this lair. Tales speak of these insatiable spider guys. They could use a strong male like me to consume and practice. Much I owe you today, my friend. Without your help, along the way, I would see no more of the Flaming Mountains.
See, I had a good feeling that I needed to go back and find him.
Ever heard tell of the Destined One, my friend? They say he marches and fights on a quest to bring back the Great Sage.
The Great Sage and my king once swore a brotherhood. After the Sage fell, the king dismissed every one of us. He became someone, not himself. If the Destined One is really the one who can bring back the Sage, he can count on my humble support.
You should mention that.
My plea for aid was met only with silence along this path. But in turn, I've sinned through it all.
My mind is made, friend. I shall rely on none but myself. If none shall aid, I will act on my own. Should our paths cross at the Flaming Mountains, we'll toast to our reunion. Now, take great care.
Will do, man. Sounds like his head sobered up a little bit after leaving.
My plea for aid was met only.
My mind is made, friend. If none shall aid, should our path now.
Oh, there's something over here. Is that another centipede? No, it's another worm. Oh. This one looks freakier than the others. I was expecting it to have a head like the other one, the like Buddhist looking head. Okay. I could have like an actual like worm head threw me off. Minor. From the southern slopes of Mount Wei, one can gaze upon the radiant splendor of Mount Kunlun, its brilliance stretching for miles, exuding an All right, class. So for today, who wants to just go ahead and read the paragraph here for me? Now I get why they always just had us fucking read as a group. This took me several years to late. Okay. On Mount Kunlun, there exists a creature called Tullo. It resembles a sheep, but has 4 horns and is known to devour humans. Another creature, known as the Qingyuan, looks like a bee, but is as large as a mandarin duck. Its sting is lethal to birds and beasts, and it can wither trees with a mere touch of its venom. King Mu of Xiao, okay, once had the fortune to visit Mount Kunlun. He toured its magnificent palaces, tasted various celestial herbs and delicacies, listened to sweet music performed by beautiful celestial maidens, and saw many wondrous mythical beasts. When the celestial maidens presented gifts to King Mu, he refused, but pointed to the mythical beasts in the garden and asked, "May I take one of these extraordinary creatures back with me?" The celestial maidens replied, "The beings of Kunlun drink from the celestial moat and feed on celestial herbs. Even if you take them to the mortal realm, they would lose their form and abilities. It is better not to take them away, for if they transform, we cannot predict what calamities they might cause." So again, another clue into the whole, I guess, conspiracy, what have you, of the plot is the beasts born of the eggs from Mount Kunlun mutate if they are raised or simply even taken to the mortal realm. Because Kunlun, which actually I should have gone over that a little bit, in Chinese mythology is a mountain that holds a lot of significance to the Chinese gods. It's considered part of their realm, even though it's a place that you can actually go. I believe that Kunlun is physically a place, but it is the home of a particular god, if I'm right. I could be wrong here. I think Li Xian Laomu lives there. She is one of the eldest and most powerful of Chinese deities, predating the rule of the Jade Emperor himself, and is often confused with his wife, but no, she's her own being. And I think I'm right in saying that she lives there. I am unsure if what the game is saying here is true, that beings born in Kunlun basically have to stay there. I'm getting over their faces now that I see it. Obviously, there's countless tales of mythical creatures, like, you know, being found in parts of the mortal realm and all that stuff outside of the Galgwise. It's shit. That kind of serves as an explanation for the armor worms. That these are what happens when you take those creatures from their home and allow them to basically be grown in the mortal realm. They just turn into big-ass centipedes, it seems. I remember hearing about this thing. There's a couple of these I'm supposed to find. Thank you. You looked up at something for a second there. Can I take this? No, you're gonna jump me. Oh. And you have friends? something. Found a shrine here. I am probably so far off the intended path. But hey. I am finding cool shit. I doubt I was meant to. I did not see that until it was like 2 inches from my face. My soul froze, my spine contracted. The woman turning into a spider does not freak me out so much as just the unexplained arm, which I can kind of explain. Kind of spoiled myself on what this is. Buddha's right hand. Not of the Buddha that we're probably thinking of. But of another, and this part, knowing what this is supposed to be, probably the saddest fight for me. It's also really fucking freaky because it's like, okay, where's her body? Can I? Okay, I can. Should time that better, and she is kicking my ass. Okay. Whoosh. Here's the rest of her, I guess. What the hell am I meant to do about this? Okay, I'm gonna die to that. No, I'm not. It's still here. don't leave. No. Fight it 2 minutes. Alright. Oh. Yeah. Real one.
I've laid your path for you. But where will my path be? From now on, we're both on our own.
Best of luck on yours.
Tell me, Monkey, what's it like out there? Beyond these mountains?
Taking. So, this hand, the past echo, I know that's going to be something we'll need later, and it's also a material. So, be sure I've got this right. In the novel, there was obviously many bodhisattvas who helped Sun Wukong on his journey. One of them was Pilampo. She's a Buddhist monk, and she's also interesting because I like any time that you can see two different belief systems intersect. But while she was of Buddhist origin, she is most often depicted wearing Taoist robes, which leads to some confusion of her origin and all. But she yeah, might as well go into it a little bit here. She would be the one who would help Sun Wukong defeat the Hundred-Eyed Taoist by giving him an item crucial to defeating the Taoist. And she lived on Purple Cloud Mountain, which you might as well say that's the secret area that I'll be looking for later in the game. I won't get into the how, but this, from what I saw, is apparently one of her arms. And I'll save it for when we get there and once the pieces fall into place, but knowing this is a piece of her makes me feel incredibly disheartened, as I put as much respect and care towards divine beings as much as I would any person that I come across on this earth. I've say like, what's the difference? If I'm kind to a guy passing the street, why not have empathy for a being up above? Granted, this is part of like what I was mentioning earlier, where the game starts to, I guess, move away from not moving away is an exaggeration. It's I guess where creative liberties start getting taken. So this is not to imply that the actual Bodhisattva had anything happen to her. In reality, she's probably okay. And if you've attained the state of Buddhahood, you're so above it all, you don't probably care about how you're depicted in the real world anymore. But yeah, no. Just if if what I heard was correct, and this actually is like her arm that was split off and turned into this bug creature, then I don't know, makes me feel that, ooh, damn, that's tragic. That said, if we take a look at this here, the hand that plucked lotus from waters pristine, of the same species, yet not from the same egg it seems. Who can discern right from left, in life's uncertain scheme? In this tangled web, truth and illusion gleam. In the olden days, a pair of enormous arms were brought into the webbed hollow by a Taoist. The lesser Yaoguais had no idea of their origins, but judging by their form, they must have once belonged to a divine being. Shortly after, the hundred-eyed Taoist master personally visited and placed two egg-like objects within the arm, instructing the Yaoguais to guard them diligently. At first, the arms exuded a thick, foul-smelling liquid. After some time, the fluid dried up, forming a thick blood membrane that encased the arms. Years passed, and from a distance, one could see something writhing within the blood membrane, as if something were growing inside, eager to break free. Exactly 10 years later, two insects emerged from the eggs. Their bodies resembled bees, their tails like hands, and their venomous spit could kill any bird or beast and wither any plant it touched. The hundred-eyed Taoist master rejoiced at the news and arranged a grand feast to celebrate. Amidst the banquet, he turned to the violet spider and shared a tale. You may not be aware, but I once attempted a similar endeavor on Purple Cloud Mountain. Alas, the celestial eggs failed to hatch as intended, and I faced severe reprimand from our master. However, this time I have come to realize that the celestial eggs bestowed upon us were not meant for lofty destinies to ascend. Creating Yaoguais, on the other hand, is an ideal outcome. One of the insects had a left hand for a tail, and the other had a right. They loved to hang upside down from the cave ceiling, dangling their tails to lure prey. When the prey approached, they would clap their hands together, crushing the prey into a pulp before lowering their heads to swallow it whole. Later, the left-hand insect went to the mountains to practice, while the right-hand one, now unable to clap, preferred to guard lower paths. There, it could take full advantage of the terrain to capture and devour any intruders. I didn't figure they were going to have enough sentience to want to do that. Hey, man. Yeah, I'm doing alright. I've just been waxing poetic here by myself. Oh, going through the game. Yeah, no, I'm doing good. Feel bad because I was starting to like wrap up the stream here because it's like 2 in the morning now. Just waiting till I get to like the next major story part. I think this place is a nightmare. That's probably important. How deep can you go? You can go really fucking deep. Okay, yeah. Is this where I was supposed to go? Oh, it was.
sister.
Hurry, hurry! They're here! So excited about the wedding. Been dreaming about yours. You little brat. Dead. Come here. Stop it. I take it back. Hey, look, the groom is here.
Apologies for keeping you waiting, sisters.
Wow, is he really the one Mother's been expecting? I thought he would look better.
He's not much to look at, but as long as Mother is happy.
Not much of a looker, but quite a fighter, though. Had to use Mother's ancestral vessel to take him down. Still aching.
Aren't you diligent? Such a rare catch. Why not let us sisters have it first?
Think before you talk. This is the one Mother is set on. One scratch. And none of us would like the results.
What would this marriage change? We are bound to this ill place, one generation after another. Even you like this farce. Go. Go ahead and watch.
Sisters, the feast is yet to start. Don't tell me you're drunk already.
Right, he's nothing but Mother's meal. No need to make a big fuss over him. Here, he is all yours.
You've done great.
Wait. Mother has grown soft with age, and the girls are too young to know better. But can't you see it's all wrong?
Yes, but try to think from her position. We're her children. This is what we do.
But I am on her side. For decades, she's been tortured by her wound, all thanks to this dumb thing. And yet, she still wants to marry him. No! I can't do this anymore.
Love is not about forgiving or getting even. It is never a fair game. It's about two souls woven together by fate.
But
Neither of us was born then. We never witnessed her past. That's why we can't understand her obsession today.
Have you told Uncle?
Let's worry about that later. Though her joy is borrowed, it's still joy before it's returned. You, come with me. Ahead is Mother's chamber. Now listen carefully for your own good. Mother is usually nice. Only she prefers to dine alone. You wouldn't want to disturb her. And don't look at her in the face, especially her eyes.
Hurry, we are running out of time.
My words, keep them in mind.
Go, there's no time to waste.
Years up there haven't been kind to you. But you're with me now.
Girls, let the feast begin!
See, now I'm torn. I want to go down there, but I also want to see what was on that long bridge then. Because there wasn't a respawn point near there. I'm probably running away from one right now. Oh. Right. I passed the point of no return. I'll have to go back there later. But what we saw just now, as I mentioned, there was a number of spider women Gwai that were living in that village up there, and like we saw here, there were 7 of them. After Zubaji told Wukong, you know, hey, you left him alive, like normally don't you like killing these things yourself? That's when Baji decided he was going to go take him on himself. Now, as we can see in the game, they've captured the fact that Baji is a womanizer, so when he goes to a hot spring, there's 7 naked pretty women there, he can't help himself, and he messes with them a bit. He doesn't pull a Zeus and do anything heinous, but he turns into a koi fish and just starts messing with them, basically, before revealing himself and saying, hey, you kidnapped my master, all that stuff, and, shit. Damn it. And then he takes out the rake, and he's like, yeah, get out of here, man, and just starts, you know, attacking him with the rake and all, and they plead with him for mercy, but he doesn't let up, and so they manage to overpower him, use the whole belly button silk web thing to trap him, and decide at this point they're just going to go ahead and make a run for it, so they leave the cave, or not the cave, the hot spring. What am I walking into? Also, yeah, after they leave the spring, then they, oh boy. Let myself fall down here. It's one at a time. Fucking many of these guys. Like nothing. more? Or did they just follow me? No, there's more. I am so monumentally screwed going forward. Okay. Okay, I do see a shrine, so I'm just gonna make a break for it. Wanted to make a break for it. Breath of Oblivion. How far back does this take? Oh, this is like back to where the Buddhist hand was. For fuck's sake. No. Well, you know what? This at least puts me back to where I saw the bridge. So here's what I'll do. I'm gonna go there. See where this takes me. Okay, good, it didn't break. We'll see what's here, and then I'll just wrap it up there. These. Oh, I think I gotta go along this path. You know, look at the one that's gonna attack me, game. Close enough. No! This time I'm just booking it. I am EP, but also hungry. If I just target that one, there we go, finally. Me now. And that one's probably too far for me to actually get at it, but nope. Could be a shrine around here. This place is not pretty here. Wait. Oh no. Nope, you got it back up here. Nice to get out of the cave for a little bit.
For what deed must
Oh
his end be hung
no.
for all to see? For what deed must the waters they govern roam free? For what deed
no.
must all matters not known how to be? For what deed must mercy's hand so woe upon thee? For what deed must the yellow one to the shrines flee? In the air they swing, to the earth they bring, with snowflakes filled, spirit they win.
For all his foresight, Yuan the sign teller could never have known that. I've hidden upon his garb as a pattern. Our sire gave his life to pave the way for the journey. And not a day passes that we do not yearn to avenge him. Yet every day, we find ourselves adrift without a home to call our own. I'll kill you to unbind our destinies.
You don't even know where we're ending. Bingo. Oh, oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's about a wrap for me. The first lone prince, the yellow one, charges over the river Why? Relief of the fallen long. Yeah, there is a little bit of a reference to the initial journey to the west there and what he said, where it was the death of his sire that led to everything starting. So that I'll save for next time because I honestly need to review it. But that said here, I've not moved in 2 hours and 45 minutes. We'll see how this goes. We'll pick this up tomorrow and see where it goes from there. My work schedule is looking a little different for the next couple days, so at least I won't be hopping on at midnight or 1 in the morning. I might be doing it like 10:30 or something, I don't know. But you know, I might have slightly more energy and motivation to do it, and not to get into the specifics, but like won't be interacting with as much people either, so again, might be more motivated to like do shit. So I'll be pumping out a couple of these next few days here, and then see where we go. That said, though, more so directed at the people on YouTube, if you stuck around throughout the video and, you know, left any likes, comments, support in any way there, I appreciate you greatly. Thank you. I don't have anything special to end this off on, so you take care, you have a good one, and may the path ahead be laden with blessings for you. And take care now, alright?